Hey there guys, it's me back again with another video, but this video is not going to be a speed art, as you could probably judge by the title, but instead this will be a thank you video for all of my wonderful subscribers. And yeah, you might think this guy's crazy, he only has about 30 subscribers, but no, that's not the point. What I'm trying to say is you guys have been so supportive and awesome, and I just got like 30 subscribers in the last like 3 or 4 days, which is crazy for me, I guess. And yeah, so this video is requested by some, but I will show you my setup of how I do my recording, drawing, anything like that. So in this video, I'll show you how to get Minecraft Skin Viewer, Camtasia Studio, and this is an optional one, but this is open broadcaster software just for if Camtasia Studio doesn't fit you or anything like that. But I personally recommend Camtasia Studio, and that's also what I'm recording with right now. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. Okay, so quick thing before this is that if you look down at this bottom right hand corner and you see that the date isn't the August 1st of this 2014 year, and that's because right now it is set to July 5th, and the reason for that is you can actually mess with the Camtasia Studio trial version. All you have to do is change your date back a few days and just keep it there. And yeah, make sure to change it back to your regular date when you open your browser. It might mess up your proxy server and your DNS and stuff like that. So, yeah, so first things first, open up your browser, and this is the link you will need to get the Paint Tool site, and it will be all in the description below. But if you want, it's just mediafire.com/download/V1Q8BAPY64ZUONNV /Paint Tool site plus capital site plus full version raw. And yeah, trust me guys, this is not a virus. All you have to do is download it, which I've already done right here. So once you open it, all you gotta do is, since you see two main folders, that is Paint Tool site English pack and Paint Tool site app. And now what you want to do is then go up to your you could just right click your home button, I guess, and you could go to let's see, trash that. Just go and somehow go into your folder or like desktop, just anything like that. And all you have to do is first, sorry, that was my tablet there, but just go to your computer and go to this PC, then go to your hard drive it is, and then after that you should go to the program files x86, not the program file, nothing after it. Trust me, use this one. And then after that, all you're going to do is simply grab this Paint Tool site English pack, make sure it is not the app version, and then click drag it into that folder, right? And yeah, it's just, let me see, I already have it in here, but all you have to do is basically let it load, put it in there, and then after a while, like say, just wait a few seconds and just find your Paint Tool site English pack. And as you can see, mine is right here. All you have to do now to use Paint Tool site is click the English pack, and once it will open, you have a bunch of random stuff that is like your brushes, your tools, everything like that, your settings. So don't mess anything with that. But what you can do is you can go to this app, see the side with the special icon right there. This is also an application. What you're going to do is click that. And yeah, now you can see that it has put this window pop-up up. Just click yes, and then it will load up your Paint Tool site, right? And yeah, that is basically how you get Paint Tool site. But the only reason this opened to my banner was that my banner was already open. So trust me guys, this isn't a fail or anything like that. This is actually how you get Paint Tool site for free. Alright, after that you can just close everything, and yeah, this is the link, by the way. You can just pause the video if the URL in the description is not working and just copy it from here. But yeah, so next just open a new tab and you can just search for, this is going to give you the Minecraft Skin Viewer. Okay, that is how well, basically, let me just give you a sneak peek of it right now. So basically all you have to do is open it, and this basically allows you to look at other people's skin and draw them very easily. And basically, all you have to do is type in your username, say my username danx1022. If I say show skin, and that comes out, that is my skin, the Melon Man, yeah, and that's also why I got PitoMehloan as my channel name. Sorry if I'm talking too much, but that's all you have to do, and basically this is all it is really. It's a really handy application. You can move everything weirdly, anything like that, and basically I use this to draw. I can put it in a pose like the one I did for Craft Kid, and that one was just literally this right here, but yeah, that's basically all you gotta do, and I'm showing how you get this. And yeah, go back to your browser and search Minecraft Skin Viewer. Sorry, viewer. And just search that up, and hopefully it'll load it quicker. And all you go to is this one, the one that is minecraftskinviewer.com, and says home. And yeah, all you have to do is click on that link and it will load.
Well, I'm Jimmy.
Okay, okay, so now all you got to do is actually not that one, but here, let's try this again. Let me try to find that one, and it should be yeah, see the soft tonic one, the Minecraft Skin Viewer /download. This is the Minecraft Skin Viewer, the small tool that allow you to visualize various Minecraft skins in 3D. Okay, so just click that, and then it'll bring you to the website. And yes, this might not look safe. It might look like so addy and stuff like that, but trust me, this is safe download. All you gotta do is download this, and I have already downloaded that, so you could just pause the video and wait for your thing to download, and then unpause it and join me again. So yeah. Okay, by now your thing has downloaded, and all you gotta do is just first of all, you can just find the folder where you downloaded it into it, or you can just download it to your desktop, which might make it a lot simpler. Basically, all you gotta do is I'll drag it down to my desktop to make it easier for you guys to see, but all you have to do is click on that, and then you have this minecraftskinviewer.exe, alright? And then all you gotta do is click that. And I've already downloaded it, but what basically it'll do is it'll bring you the soft tonic like download screen pop-up thing. It's about that big. Basically it's gonna recommend you to download some other things, but I recommend you don't, because some of those can really mess up your computer. But all you gotta do is decline all those and just keep clicking next after declining, and it'll eventually bring you to a download screen. And yeah, you can pause that and wait for it to download, and then you have your Minecraft Skin Viewer. Okay, now that you have your Paint Tool SCI app and your Minecraft Skin Viewer, the next thing you will need is some sort of recording software. So I personally recommend Camtasia Studio just because it comes with an editor, but not by any means that this is a bad software, but it's actually really good. It's free, but all of these are free. But Camtasia Studio, you can, like I said before in the beginning of the video, you can basically hack it and keep using the trial version forever, basically. And Open Broadcast software is mainly for streaming and gameplay and off Twitch and stuff like that, but for speed art purposes, I would probably just use Camtasia Studio. Actually, I would definitely use Camtasia Studio because, you know, I can actually speed it up. There's an editor, blah, 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 anything like that. So now all you got to do is open your browser and open another tab and just search Camtasia Studio 8. Okay, after that, just search it up into your tab, and it should bring you up to this screen, but I'm using Yahoo just because Google Chrome's, Google kind of messes up on my computer. But all you gotta do is search up look at the one that has TechSmith on it, .com/product, sort of. All you gotta do, click that. And yeah, it should bring you to this screen. And now you can click free trial. Make sure you do not click buy now, because first of all, you'll be wasting like $30. I don't know how much, but you'll be wasting some money, and you could get it for free, and it will use forever. So just click this free trial button, and enter your email address as I will do right now. So PitoMehloan@gmail.com, and then you just gotta click download trial, right? And you download that, and as you can see, it'll download that for you. And yeah, it'll download right here, and once you have your Camtasia.exe, you can pause the video and just come back when your thing has downloaded. And yeah, I will bring you to where I have my Camtasia Studio exe, because I'm not going to download it twice. So I'm just gonna find my file, and hopefully, yeah, I said I was gonna draw STORMY8888, but in this video it was just for fun. So STORMY8888, you'll be in my next video most likely. So yeah, hopefully this thing will load a little bit quicker. Come on. Okay, I guess I'll pause that until I find the thing. Sorry if you see this screen, but I'll pause it and see you guys when I find the file. Okay guys, and I found the file. Basically what you want to do is, once that the Camtasia.exe has downloaded, all you got to do is click on that, and it'll bring you up to this program, I guess. It's called Camtasia Studio Setup.exe. All you got to click is yes, and it should bring up this pop-up menu to help you download Camtasia. And yeah, right now it's loading. Okay. And yeah, it has opened up this pop-up screen, and it says Camtasia Studio download process. You will now download and install Camtasia on your computer. Click next below to start your download. And basically, all you gotta do is click next. And basically, this is the download for the Camtasia Studio 8. And click next. And just anything like that. Just, you can keep clicking next. None of these are installing anything else, but you can. What is this? Basically, all you want to do is click decline on this, which is basically pointless. Decline on this, which is some random PC speed up that says you have over 3,000 errors on your PC. Just decline that. Oh, well, this is not letting me. Okay, now it starts to download Camtasia. It would also give you this new tab saying thank you and whatnot, but I'm not going to download it for this video because I already have it downloaded and it's already loading. Yeah. So once that finishes, you should have your Camtasia Studio 8 done now, and yeah, that's really all you gotta do for Camtasia Studio 8, and you can pause the video and come back when your Camtasia Studio has downloaded. Okay, by now your thing has probably downloaded, and all you gotta do is click that application, and you will see that. Well, before that, it'll bring up this little pop-up screen saying that you have like but you have this 30-day trial period, and do not mind, I'm showing you how to get it forever, not a 30-day trial. All you gotta do is basically you can keep it the same date for until you have, say, like a day left, and after that you can just go to your date and time settings and just change that back a few days and just keep it there every time you're going to use Camtasia Studio. And that way you can just use it forever and don't have to pay extra money. Yay! And yeah, so just go ahead and open that. And it'll bring you up this new screen, and it'll give you a tutorial screen. Just close that. It's pretty much useless. I'll be showing you all you basically need to do to make a speed art, I guess. So actually, I probably won't show you how to speed it up. Well, basically, all you got to do is this, and all you click now is record the screen. But for now, I am currently recording the screen right now, so I think that if I do that, I might mess something up. But yeah, I'll see you guys back when I have everything set up and I will start drawing, okay? So see you guys there. Okay guys, we're back, and this is my basic setup for when I do my speed arts. And yes, I have a Wacom tablet and twist pen that I use. It's really handy. And yeah, all you gotta do is, once you have opened up your paint tool site, go ahead and click the file button, and then go down one thingy and you'll see the new button. All you gotta do is click the new button or click Control N if you're that hotkey guy, and it'll bring you up to this pop-up that tells you create a new canvas. And yeah, it's basically which I use to start my drawings. And first of all, I would name it, so I'll go ahead and name this tutorial. Okay, I can't type, but tutorial. Okay, right? Okay, let's do that again. But basically, it'll be tutorial. This is the name of the canvas and wool file, I guess. But my width, I usually use around 5,000 or anything around that. You guys could just you guys can mess around with that and hopefully find what you like. And resolution, it really doesn't make a difference with the tablet, but if you're drawing with the mouse, or at least trying to, I would probably put it a little bit higher just for it look that little bit much better, okay? After that, you can just create your canvas, and yes, so as you can see, there's a bunch of random stuff here, and I will try to explain them to the best of my ability, but please be aware that this is not a paint tool side tutorial, but this is how I do my setup when I do my drawing. So yeah, and if you see in this box over here, these are all your tools, and you can always add more if you'd like to. You can just go online, search up some cool pens and stuff like that. But this is your color wheel. You can change it to many different forms if you would like to. But I personally like it to keep it on this circle one. I find it very handy. All you gotta do is look for the general color you're gonna use. Say I want to get, say, a darker yellow, and I would just go to this yellow, and this is your like saturation box, I think. So this is bright to dark. So your y-axis is your light to dark, and your x-axis is your like, I guess, light to dark, but instead of going from white to black, you go to white to yellow, or your specified color. And see, I wanted a darker yellow, and this is basically all I get. And yeah, now you can see, okay, I'm using airbrush, sorry about that, but when you have your pen going on, you can see that it's a dark yellow I wanted, and it looks pretty sweet and stuff, so yeah. Let me go ahead and undo that. You have your airbrush, which is good for what I use to shade. You have a brush, which I don't really use very much since I'm pretty sure I don't really care about it. But this is like your watercolors. It's like an airbrush, but a little smoother and more like a pen. Your marker is this thing, and it's basically a marker, just a lot smoother. And yeah, your eraser should be pretty self-explanatory. It just erases whatever you want. And this is a select button. Say I drew this weird little shape over here, and this is the select that you draw, and basically I could draw around it or something like that, and basically it'll select it. Your deselect is basically the eraser for the select. Same thing. Bucket fills everything on the screen. And that's basically all you're going to really need. Oh yeah, and blur. So if I had this lovely little, lovely yellow color over here, and I say I get this green, and it looks all great and stuff, but I want to blend it together, all you got to do is click on that blur button, and you can set to 500 because it's a little bigger, and yeah, look at that. It's blending it into this very nice tonal color of the mix of the two. And it's lagging a little bit just because I'm recording, but on your computer, if you're not recording, it should be really, really smooth, and that's the good thing about Paint Tool Sci, and yeah. Okay then, it looks like it's lagging out, it's freaking out, but next thing you gotta do is, let's just scratch that, just create another canvas, and basically, the way I start my drawing is, first of all, I need to find the person that I'm drawing and say, let's draw myself, for instance, and just search up the username of whoever you will draw, and as you can see, it popped up, but my face isn't there. Actually, it's right here. So after that, you can just put it in any pose you want, maybe like a little like this, but it really doesn't matter. You just have to see your skin, and my skin's pretty easy, but you can put it into some pose that you like, and yeah, you can just draw from there. So for the sake of this, I'm not really going to do a too in-depth thing, but I just need to see my skin. And yeah, so first things first, when you have your layer 1, you always start with one layer. I always name my layers, and let me just undo that layer, but just click on this layer button up on the tools up there and click the rename button. After that, I usually name it something like sketch, because this is not going to be anything final or anything. It's just a rough basic outline of what I will be drawing. So in this video, I probably will draw him going like, I don't know, profile picture sort of. And yeah, this is basically the size of your head, right? And I feel like when I draw, I always have a little bit of space in between the head and the body, and I feel like that gives it a more like cartoony or cute look, in my general idea of cute. But after that, you just go ahead and make the body, and in my kind of style, I usually make it go in a little bit, the line for the body, but I think that makes it a little bit more realistic. But yeah, so let me go ahead and erase that, but okay. And your arm should basically be about the size of your body, but about like, say, 3/4 of a way down to your torso. And yeah, that should be just about like this long. And actually that might be a little too long, so just maybe like this, and yeah. And after that, you just go ahead and close it off and just make sure everything's fitting together. And yeah, it should turn out something like this, alright? And yeah, after that arm, I'll go ahead and do the other arm, and you always gotta make sure that your shapes are realistic. Like, if you want to draw a cube or something for the head, make sure your cube doesn't look like that, but instead try to make it somewhat, I guess, geometrical, if that's a word, but just make sure your cube has straight edges, stuff like that, and that's basically all you gotta do for it to look better. And yeah, let me go ahead and draw this other hand right here. I'm gonna have him, like, sort of holding it back behind his back, but, yeah, if anything doesn't look right, all you gotta do is click Control-Z, and you will be able to redo your last action, but make sure you don't really hold it down unless you know what you're doing, or else you might mess something up, and it'll be kind of hard to get back. So, but if that happens, all you gotta do is click the Edit button, and you can click this Redo button, and that'll basically undo your undo, if that makes sense. Yeah, it doesn't. But as you can see, I've got the arms and the hands here, and for this video, I won't be doing much about the legs, but I keep my leg line a little bit inside of the body just to make it look a little bit more like clothes. But in this video, my avatar does not have clothes, so it can just go straight down. Okay, this is the basic outline for what the pose will be. So this is probably what takes the longest time, because you want to have a good pose. So if you spend like, say, like 20 minutes drawing an arm or something and it doesn't look right, then you don't have to go back and change it. Because once you have this strong pose that you really enjoy, then you can just go full out on the details and anything like that, okay? And yeah, once you have this, I usually make a new layer for the more details. And yeah, so we'll start off with the face. And basically, the way I do my eyes, it's more of an anime style instead of this, you know, this thing that many people do, like the square. I feel like it doesn't look too good unless you're great at drawing tiny squares, or just circles if you're like trying to give it some realistic knot look or characteristic look. And yeah, so the way I do my eyes is, let me just zoom up a little bit, is first I make this kind of like, how should I explain this, really flattened out rainbow shape. That comes out to about like that. And then I pull it down and make sure it comes out, and it just like kind of disappears at the very end. That's because I have the pen tablet. And sorry, but if you don't have this pen tablet, I'm saying you should probably get one, but just keep in mind that I'm not saying that if you get one of these tablets, your art will look 10 times better, but it'll definitely make your lines a lot smoother. And Basically, I sometimes make this tiny little smidge right there just to keep it a little bit on the cool anime style. But after this, for the pupil, yeah, the pupil, I guess, I usually, well, in anime you would usually have it as like this half circle, I guess, but since it's Minecraft and everything's squares, I usually kind of keep it like this to where it seems like a square, but it's just rounded off. And after that, you can just like put a little bit of line there just to make it look a little bit more like your eye has a socket, and yeah, just like stuff like that. You just kind of mess around with it until it looks right. And yeah, well, if one thing's for sure, that when I started drawing, I could always make this one perfect line, but I could not duplicate it on paper. But since you're on a digital art screen, all you gotta do is go to your select button, which is this rectangle with dotted lines that goes around it. And you could also use this one, which is just like a select tool, but with your pen. But if it's something geometrical, I would rather use this. So all you gotta do is select that and click edit, copy, edit, paste, and it will make a new layer. And all you gotta do is click the sixth button down here. It has a scissor and an arrow pointing down. All you gotta do is click that, and that will merge it with the layer below. So after you have that, it will become one layer. It will actually undo that. Before you gotta do that, you gotta click scale, and then click on the right side of it, and then just drag around until it seems about right, like that. And that should bring you a pretty realistic eye. That is literally the same thing as the one you just did. So after that, click OK, and then click the merge button. Sorry for that, but yeah. After that, you got your two eyes. And if anything doesn't seem right, you could like move it around, anything like that. But for the sake, I'm just gonna move it a little bit closer to make it look more like Minecraft. But yeah, if you have this dotted line thing around your line, just go ahead and click selection, clear, and that'll clear that to make sure nothing happens. And yeah, this is another quick tip, that say if you have this and you have, say, this lovely green that you're trying to like draw on, but you see, oh no, it's not going on. That's the reason you have to go and click selection clear, because basically once you have this thing on, it'll only allow you to color inside that box, which is also pretty handy. But that's just a quick thing, because I got really mad for some reason. I thought my PitoMehloan side got hacked. So yeah, don't be like me. So after you got that, I don't have hair in this video, but if your avatar has hair, all you gotta do for my kind of style is, well, it's green, but you can kind of just make it like lean over a little bit to the side where you have like a puff, I guess, and just make sure that your next line connects to that line. You just can keep going from there and stuff like that. But so basically, this is what the usual hairdo for a boy would be. And yeah, this is a quick kind of sketch, but that's really demented. Alright, so just, if you're a girl watching this video, all you have to do is, the way I do hair is probably for ponytails mainly, so I make a little bit more of a puff coming out there, and I start from about the middle and go right there. And then I go to the other side. Well, first of all, I need to drag this down a little bit more, but then I come to this other side and do basically the same thing, but a little bit smaller and a little bit more simplistic. And after that, you can just go ahead and do the hairline. And as you can see, I did these like little squiggly things, lines in between the hair. I do that just to give it a more of a, looks like there's some fuzzy hair things right there, but all you gotta do is then connect your two lines, and that's basically the front part. And yeah, so after that, you could just go ahead and mess around with some stuff. If there's a ponytail, you could just go like that. Actually, let's go like that probably, and you can put like a bow tie or something like that. And that's basically how I would do my ponytail hair. And I usually do it like that. So as you can see, I'll continue drawing onto my avatar, and all you do for this video is, after that, as you can see, I have the headphones over here. So to make that, I will first of all zoom in. And another handy button are these rotate buttons. If you're better at making lines down or going up, that's completely up to you. But I like using that to just give me a straighter line in some points like this. Like I can go like that and hopefully make the line that will satisfy my liking. And that looks pretty good. All you gotta do is make it come out a little bit and try to do the same thing again, or you can just duplicate that line, but I'm not going to. So yeah, that looks pretty swag right there, and you can just make it come down a little bit just to make it look a little bit more realistic. And after that, I have these headphone thingies here, and yeah, just make sure everything comes to proportion. That's mainly why some YouTubers are better at drawing than some other random kid, because like some people who draw, say this is their head, their headphones go like this, and that just looks not delicious, okay? Yeah, now that I got my headphones done, I can now go ahead and do my mouth. So as you can see in this, my mouth is more like this really wide mouth, I guess. So to do that kind of mouth, I'd probably just start around there and pull it down and just connect those two lines, but that looks a little like he's yelling. So just try to make it look like he's like smiling, I guess. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So after that, I just go like that. But and when I make mouths, I always I always make a little bit of line coming out just to make it look a little more anime-like. I feel like that gives it a little bit more like pizzazz, sort of. And yeah, that's basically the way I do my mouths. And if you're trying to do something like angry mouth, let me just go ahead and do that again. I usually go like this, and I bring it down to a 45 degree, and then I go 45 degrees the other way. I would come here and then bring this down around there, and then go like that. You can go like that or anything. That looks terrible. Let me go ahead and redo that. Well, basically, your mouths really don't look very good until you have the eyebrows. So let me just go ahead and add that, and then see what it looks like. See, that looks so much better. Or for this video, I will be doing more of a happy look. So if you're doing something happy, just make sure your eyebrows are kind of light and not like really thick line. Let me redo that, like Avatar or something. But just make sure you have this thin line a little bit higher than what an angry eyebrow would be, but just like that, and make it kind of like a squished rainbow. Yeah. You got that look. He's already looking happy, just he mouthless. So let me go ahead and draw his mouth. So for this kind of happy mouth, I'll go like, for anime, they just do this like triangle thing, but I'll try to keep it more cartoony, I guess. So go like that, and basically the same thing, but let me lower that. Just go like that. So as you can see, our face is now pretty much done. Alright? And then that's basically really all I have for this avatar. You could then just merge the two layers together, create a new one, and this one, I usually have a lighter pen just for it. This is the details layer, so I usually go ahead and rename that into details. And yeah, that's the details layer, if you ask me. But for this one, I'll probably just do some like Melanie line, something like that. But yeah, it's basically this avatar probably wasn't the best thing for this video, but I'll go ahead and finish it, and I'll probably just speed it up from here, I guess, until where I have like my flat color in, and yeah, so I'll see you guys at that point. And yeah, we are back, and I have finished the line work basically, and next is the fun part, coloring. And just for me, this is the most fun part, but for others, this is the most grueling part, when people can get so far in their line work, but then they mess it all up in your colors. And in this video, I will show you how not to do that. And first of all, what you're going to do is, first of all, create a new layer specifically for color and color only. But in this case, I will create another layer. One I will name shading, and the other I will name color. So basically all you want to do is, first, I always put my color under the line work layer, just so that my color does not actually go over the line, so that you can still see the lines. And then my next is shading, and shading I always put on top of that layer as well. So I put shading, and then your line work, and then your color, and that's the usual way I do it. So to get this started first, since I have a greenish color, but it's a little bit on the yellow side, I'll drag it to about right there, and then just find this color that looks good. And yeah, these colors are looking pretty good. Yeah, this one looks great. And then all you gotta do is go to your color layer and use the bucket and fill like that. Wait, actually I did that wrong. Instead of making this color layer, just go ahead and delete that. Instead, go to your layer 1, your line work layer, and click layer and then copy. And then put that layer under your layer 1. And then go ahead and do it. Wait, is this the shade? Oh my, what? Okay, that's weird. Wait, one sec. Let me fix this. Let me quickly fix this. Did I seriously not realize that my... Okay, never mind. I kind of messed that up, but, yeah, there we go. There we go. Let me go ahead and delete that sketch, because that was really freaking me out for a second. And then go ahead and make your 2 layers. Your layer 2 is going to be your shading, and your layer 1 will be color. Actually, delete the layer 1 again. Sorry for this, but click layer and copy, and then we are good. Drag that under, and we should be good. So now your line 2 is your color layer. So go ahead and click your bucket, and then for mine, I will just like fill in all the places where there should be color. And if you see this that like it's filling in everything you don't want, then don't be afraid. All you gotta do is look closer and see right here the line passes through. So for me, I just use my pen and do this tiny little line that closes that gap, and then it's good. Look at that, spotless. And yeah, let me go ahead and do the same thing for this one. Sit there. Let me go ahead and do the same thing for this one, and maybe right here, because it looks kind of not so sure to me. Okay, that looks good. Let's put in our bucket, and yes, that's what happened. Yay. Now I'll go ahead and fill in the other colors just like so. And yeah, this is basically how I start all my coloring. Instead of going all ham in and going all crazy with the colors, I always start off with a simple flat coloring, which I think turns out to be a lot better than those other ones. Alright, now I got the head done, and let's go ahead and fill up the rest of the body. Alright, okay. And yeah, this is kind of tedious, but trust me, it's as well worth it. Okay, let me go fill that up. Bucket, and bucket, and bucket, and bucket, bucket. Oh, no. Fill that up. Bucket. Yeah, you guys should probably just skip to the next part soon, because this is kind of, you know, yeah. oh well. But if you plan to, I'll just keep talking. And yeah, for places like the arm where it connects to the body, I usually pick a darker color. I burped and just then put it in there. Not like that, but this, and that looks a lot better. So then, if you lost your color, don't be afraid. All you gotta do is click this button, and then click on that. Click on your color, and it'll give you that great color that you never really wanted to lose. And just keep filling all the colors in, and it should look pretty cool right now. And yeah, let me go ahead, fill this up. Yeah, you really should skip to the next part, because like I can't really talk much here. It's not really much to talk about, but your choice. Decide now. Okay, yeah, now we got basically half of the body. Now we just gotta fill in this arm right here. And just keep coloring, and that wasn't too bad, was it? Probably was, but okay, now my commentary's kinda just dropping to a point where I should have no subscribers. It's true. Okay, now for the mouth, first thing you want to do is I always get my pen and just get this, like, find your color for the tongue. And my tongue, as you can see on my skin, is like this bright purpley color, so I think that should be good enough. So then all you gotta do from there is just start, if your mouth is facing the right, then just start on a little bit lower on the right and then lead up to the left until it looks about like that. Get your bucket, fill that in, and then for now just get this black color, but not definite black, just a little bit lighter than that, and put it in there, and that looks always a lot better than just the straight on black. Now I got the mouth in, and now we will start filling in the secondary color for this guy. Let me see if that looks good. And yeah, that looks pretty nice if you ask me now. And yeah, at this point the picture is finally starting to form. And yeah, after this portion of it, all it is your creativity and see how well you can shade and stuff. And that's going to be the main part of this video. But sorry if the video is kind of long. It's like, I estimate it's probably going to go like to 40 minutes probably. But just always know that if something happens, you always have your Control Z to help you out. And yeah, we have filled that part in. So let me get a lighter black and then use that for our headphone color, which is going to be pretty nice. And oh no, it looks like our headphones disappeared and I deleted something. So let's just go ahead and get our definite black again and just fill that up. And yeah, another quick tip on drawing is, like, a lot of people when they draw, they just go like this slow line that has a bunch of like squiggles and stuff. But instead, if you have a tablet and you say this is your sketch of my hand, instead of going like this and having all these squiggles, all you can do is just make a quick line, a quick straight line, and that always looks a lot better to me. And then all you got to go around is just erase the edges. So that's basically how I got my straight lines. You should have saw in the video, but it might be unclear to some of you guys. So just clearing that up, and yeah, hopefully I can finish my headphones. And yeah, there should be one headphone done. Make that final thing right there, and let me see where that comes. That's right here. So close up, go down, bring it down a little, bring it down there, and connect with the head. Then I'll go ahead and do the last part of that. This is not working. Please, please. Okay, that's good for now. Alright, okay. So now let's get that non-definite black again and just fill in that color again. Well, actually, let's make that. Actually, I think it'll be okay. And then let me see if my head colors have a color. No. So I'll probably stop that there. So probably put in, what color goes good with green? How about a purple? Yeah, let's do a dark purple. Actually, a little bit lighter, so when I put some blur into that, it'll look like it'd be shining crazy. Alright, now we have our flat color done, and now it's time to get to the fun stuff. Actually, forgot the eyes. Actually, eyes and shading. So what I do for my eyes, first thing I do is going back into the flat color layer, get your airbrush. I set it to about, like, say, 200. That seems good. And then my eyes are in here black, but I'm going to make it into this purple again. So I start off with this darker black, and make sure when you first get your paint side, the density is going to be 100. So I recommend taking it all the way down to 1, 2, from 1 to 5. And then you have this very, very good gradient, the graded color. And yeah, so just the first part, just make sure that your airbrush does not go out of the lines, because that kind of messes everything up. And just get this flat layout. Make sure there's like, it's like clouds, so make sure there's like some sort of half circle in the middle. And after that, raise your density. And this time only go down on the sides, just to make it a little more gradient. And from there, up the density a little bit more. And in this part, I would lower my brush size if I were you. And just keep doing that. And then I say go up to around 43 is probably the max I would ever go up to. But after that, we'll get our purple color, a dark purple, and bring that down to 4. And then after that, I would just first make this like blended wash, kind of, if that makes sense. And then just make sure that's a little darker, and then raise the density once more and make it go down, and then take this lighter color and just keep going in. But before we do that, make sure to lower the density at this point all the way to 2 or 1 would be probably the best, but I can't really get that. So at this point, just pull the color straight down to just make sure there's still that half circle kind of thing in the middle. Just pull it down. And after that, you can bring up your white and just make this kind of half circle-y shape right there. And that's basically the main part of your eye. Once you zoom out, it looks a ton better. So then after that, you go to your airbrush again, pick your definite, actually a little bit lighter than black, a tiny bit. And then we'll set the density up to, say, 75. And then keep your brush a little bit smaller, and then just first go up, down, up, and then move to the side a little bit, and then go up, down, move the side, up, down, and then just smoothen those lines out. And that's how I get my pupil, and I think that turned out pretty well. And after that, we go into our shading layer, and we get our white and smaller size. This is for the highlight, and just go like that. And for me, I feel like if you go a little past the pupil, it always turns out a little bit better, for me at least. So I'll go past the pupil a little bit, and then I usually have one secondary highlight that's usually harder to spot, like say around here. And that's basically how I do my eye. And yeah, it turned out pretty nice. And let's go ahead and do this other one. So if you've forgotten, we get our definite black. We get our airbrush, set it down to 3 again, put on our 200 size. Actually, let's just do an 80. And then, yeah, let's get in our black and just make sure there is, again, that center circle that you should never cover, or else the eye turns out pretty demented. Yeah, okay. Now that part, raise the density to about 20-ish, and then go again on the sides. And yeah, if it doesn't seem right, you can just bring down density again and blur it a little bit more to just give it that extra little touch. And then let's bring it up to, say, 45 again, and just do this very side, so then you don't have this white in between your blacks to the outline and the shading. Now let's bring our dark purple back, bring the density down to 4, and just keep doing the same thing. Yeah, sorry if this is kind of boring to you guys, but this is probably one of the most important parts of this drawing. The eyes always give your character a little bit more punch, and yeah, I definitely recommend doing these kind of eyes over the traditional, like, not really traditional, but the popular square rectangle eyes that look demented to me. But yeah, after that, get your white again, put the density up a little bit, and yeah, just get that half circle thing going up again. After you got that, let's get our definite, little bit lighter than definite black, and get our airbrush again. Bring the density up a tiny, tiny bit. Lower the size to about right here, say 50-ish. And yeah, go. Let me mess that up. But up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then make a little bit to the left, go up, down, and then up, down, and then smoothen out the lines. And yeah, that should be a pretty nice pupil size. And again, let's go back to our definite white and lower the size a little bit. And yeah, let's make that highlight. And again, for this part, many people don't really realize it, but if you have the highlights for one eye, make sure the other eye is basically identical to give it that better look of a consistent light shining. And yeah, there we go. Our eyes are epically done now. Okay, now this is the shading part, and this is the important part. So for me, I really recommend you guys to focus on this part. And yeah, so first of all, we need to decide where the light source is coming, and just say that the light is probably coming from, like, say here, right? So if the light's coming from here, actually let's move that down to about, like, where does my pen go? Say if the light's coming from this side, the left side, then what we need to do on everything from the left is we just gotta, first of all, get a lighter white, but not definite white. Get your airbrush and bring that down to, say, 15%. And then, basically, what the heck? My cursor is not acting right. It's like disappearing. But after that, all you gotta do is just make this, just go up and down, not up and down, but like from one direction, not the band, but just go in one direction down, and then after that, increase your pen size a tiny tad, and do the same thing in the same direction. Make sure you get the sides a little bit, and to give it that shiny look, and it already looks greater. Every shade is like a level up, basically. I like to put it that way. So then again, for the bigger areas, just use that pen size, and then get an even bigger pen size, and just do the sides of it. This way, it'll look very toned out, and a lot better than just, say, a white with a pen like that, because that kind of looks too strong for me, at least, for my style of drawing. And yeah, get our airbrush again. Just make it pretty bright to the point where you can see that contrast in it, and just, okay, that didn't turn out too well, but you just have to make sure it's not too scratchy, and just make sure it's normal and not something out of the ordinary, like those. And yeah, we'll finish that part, and you can do like a little bit, but make sure that all your shadings makes sense at least. So don't put shading on the opposite side of your character where there's no light, where the shadow's supposed to be. And yeah, this is basically all I do for shading. And yeah, that's for one side of him, and you could go a little bit deeper into this, like the arms right here, but that's basically borderline of what you should be doing. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna, like, the head shading doesn't look too great, so I'm gonna try to fix that. So, does that look good? Yeah, it looks pretty good. Alright, so now we're going to do the shadow. So for the shadow, just get a grayish color. Make sure it's not even close to black, because then it's a little bit too strong. If you'd like, you could just bring it to that color to make it a little bit green, like a really, really, really dark grade for me. And then just do the same thing you did with the shading, but this time, just make it a little bit more, like, how do I phrase this, a little larger. So then you would just go to a bigger brush setting, say 300, and just do the same thing. And yeah, at this point it should be looking pretty nice already, and everything's starting to turn out. And yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. It's not quite the end of the video yet, but this is the part where it starts to go and lead off to your imagination. So make sure the places where your arm and your body connect are also shaded to the point where it's quite dark. Do the same thing for everything on the right if the light's coming from the left, and vice versa if it's coming from the right. And yeah, it's looking pretty swag right now. So this is how I usually draw my avatars, and every time I draw one it gets better. And yeah, so now at this point I usually can get this. So if I get that color and I make a tiny bit lighter version of it, I can also get my airbrush, and well, yeah, I can get my airbrush and I can just make some random patches of oddball color just to make it a little bit more realistic. And that's something many people do but don't realize that it actually helps. It's that, like, making random tones in your color for something like a melon can be very, 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 very good for your final drawing. And yeah, it's basically how you get a great look inside of your draw. And yeah, this is basically coming to the end of the video. So if you enjoyed the video, just be sure to smash that like button. Trying to be kind of original here, but yeah, for this last part, now we're gonna make this kind of headphone thing shine. So to do that, first of all, we're going to create a new layer and put that under the layer that you did your shading, and then get this white and kind of just make it, let's see, just make it a little bit like that, and then get your purple again, and get a bright purple this time and go like that. And then from there, as you can see, it's looking a little bit brighter, but also you can make a highlight for that. So get your purple again, and you can kind of make this highlight inside of it. So now it's looking a little bit more like the light is shining onto it. So yeah, just make sure you don't go too much or it doesn't even look purple. Actually, it kind of does, but just lower your brush size a little bit. And yeah, everything should turn out if you follow my instructions. And yeah, if it doesn't look too great, do not be discouraged. This is what happened the first time I tried drawing. And just make sure you mess around with it and just like hopefully find your own style of drawing. So this is my style, and yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Anything like that would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time then. Whew, that was a long video.